Hey everybody, it's Ian Beamer with Guaranteed Rate. Happy September. A lot to cover this month. Conforming loan limits look like they're increasing yet again for 2023. We did increase the conforming loan limit, or Fannie Mae Freddie Mac did increase the loan limit for 2022. As you may recall, as of January 1st, we increased the loan limit to 647,200, and it looks like it's being increased again for 2023. So some banks have already increased their federal or their conforming loan limit, including Guaranteed Rate. So Guaranteed Rates actually adopted a $715,000 conforming loan limit. So if you're in that range, this should make interest rates a little bit cheaper for you, should make down payment options a little bit more flexible, credit score options a little bit more flexible. Should make it a little bit easier for that buyer to qualify for that loan. So that's great news. Obviously, we did have a Fed meeting this month. We just met this week, or the Fed just met this week. Jerome Powell, as expected, increased the federal funds rate by 0.75%. So we're sitting around 3% to 3.25%. And he did announce in the minutes after that federal the Fed meeting that they expect to raise interest rates another 0.75 point in November, another 0.5 point in December, and another 0.25 point in February. So more interest rates increases or hikes to come in the future, and certainly take the forecast for the meeting 2 months out, 3 months out, 4 or 5 months out with a grain of salt. This is what we're expecting today, but certainly subject to change. This is having quite an effect on interest rates. We're currently sitting over 6%. Home prices obviously have been increasing over the last couple of years. So what does this mean for affordability? How does this translate to you as a buyer? Well, as expected, with higher interest rates and home prices that have been climbing over the last few years, home affordability is it's getting more difficult to qualify for that loan. So the front end ratios, which is your pre-tax monthly income divided by your housing payment, your proposed housing payment, which takes into account the purchase price and current interest rate, that front end ratio has been on the rise this year quite a bit, and we're currently sitting almost at 36% for an average front end ratio. So traditionally, over the last 50 years, average front end ratio has been about 33%, a little under 33%. We're sitting under 36% right now. And 2 years ago in 2020, we saw that front end ratio just a little bit above 23%, which was the third lowest front end ratio average we'd seen in the last 50 years. So interest rates in 2020 were really low. Home prices hadn't quite climbed to the points we are seeing today. So therefore, 2020 was an incredibly affordable market. 2022 is seeing a market that's a little less affordable, but right there with the average. We're about 3 points off of the historic average, at least for the last 50 years. I do expect this to level off appreciation. I do expect markets to flatten out a little bit. A lot of markets have already leveled off quite a bit, but this should not affect really demand for new homes. I mean, obviously, it's going to have some effect. Some people just aren't going to qualify. But if you purchase a home today, and even if that home doesn't appreciate at all, your income over the next few years should increase. Ballpark somewhere between 12 and 15%. So that housing payment that you lock in today should get easier to afford over time as your household income increases. Obviously, if interest rates change over that period, if they change at any point during your 30-year or 15-year mortgage, and it's advantageous for you to refinance, that home becomes more affordable yet again. So Try not to let the interest rates scare you. Interest rates are doing what they're intended to do right now. The Fed is doing what they intend to do right now by curbing inflation, curbing appreciation. They're trying to level off prices, and that is having some effect. So try not to panic. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please let me know. I'd love to know your thoughts. I'd love to discuss this, answer any questions you might have. Thanks for checking out my video. Thanks for reading my email. I'll talk to you very soon. Ian Beamer, Guaranteed Rate. Thanks so much and take care.